Hello, my name is Kelsey Kramer, and today I will be going over the book Forged in Crisis, The Power of Courageous Leadership in Turbulent Times by Nancy Cohen. And in the following presentation, I will be going over the overview of the book, best audience, best takeaway, and if I recommend it. The overview of this book, we go through the journey of 5 different leaders and how they handled crisis. The first we start off with is Ernest Shackleton. He was a polar explorer who went to Antarctica to discover the South Pole. Along his journey, he had some unfortunate events and focused on bringing all his men back alive instead. Next, we have Abraham Lincoln. He was the 16th president who had to deal with the Civil War and abolishing slavery. After him, we have Frederick Douglass, who was during the same time of Abraham Lincoln, and he was a former slave who was on the run from his slave master while fighting for black rights and women's rights. After that, we have Dietrich Bonhoeffer. He was a Nazi-resisting clergyman who was in Germany during the time of Hitler and stayed in Germany to protect his fellow man. After him, we have Rachel Carson. She was an environmental crusader who battled cancer while writing a book to protect others from poisonous chemicals. The best audience for this book is any future or aspiring leaders. Each person goes through their own journey, and these 5 different leaders all had 5 different journeys. And it's very inspiring. It's great for those who feel overwhelmed because you can read the progress of these wonderful leaders and how they managed such horrible situations. And it's also just a good read because it is history, and it is like a mini biography of reading each person's life from their childhood all the way up to their death. The best takeaway is leaders need to take everything step by step. It's not always going to be leaps and bounds. Sometimes it's just the little things. You also need to look at the bigger picture as you're taking these steps and keep in mind what you're fighting for and what really matters. In these cases, a lot of the leaders figured out that human lives matter more than their goal of fame or glory. And I really recommend this book, especially right now, because we are in a crisis. And it's nice to think that there's light at the end of this tunnel. No crisis is forever, and these people were able to struggle and deal with these horrible crises, which means we can deal with ours. Thank you for listening to my book report.